Hey everybody, so this is Kim and I'd like to talk to you about something that has been on my mind for a little while, and that is slumps. Let's just say right off the bat, they're going to happen to everybody. So unfortunately, we're on a mission, we're great book ladies doing wonderful work, but we are in sales, and so things are going to ebb and flow. That's just normal. Now, it always helps me to hear the stories of my very successful upline leaders, directors in our company, huge names. If you're new to our company, you might not know these names as much, but if you've been around the block, you've heard of Tabitha and Dusty and Janine and Lauren, and you know that those are very successful women in our company. And I have heard personal stories from all of them about 2 months with no bookings, no events, pretty much quitting Usborne and just deciding that's it, and just somehow randomly getting one more party that turned everything around. Losing executive leadership titles like director because so many of your team move on or quit, and having to rebuild that. You get the idea. $0, no sale launch parties. These are all true stories of women right around us who have gone on to make six figures in our company. So it happens to everybody. Now, some of you are going to hit this wall of slump instantly, right out of the gate, right? Your horse is going to pull up lame the minute you open those racing gates. Others of you are going to go along and fly high and have some great success and then hit a wall. I'm going to tell you, either way, it's normal. And so what you choose to do and how you choose to react to that are going to determine your success, not the inevitable wall. You know what, I'm going to tell you just a second. It's like 11 a.m. and the neighbor's rooster. I'm trying to make a video, so my kids are being absurd and the neighbor's rooster has decided that it's time to serenade us. Girls. Okay, so anyway, all of us are going to hit that wall. How you choose to react to it is going to determine whether or not you succeed and move forward as a book lady, or you just fizzle. I'm going to tell you that I personally have hit this wall fairly early on, and I've hit it often, probably more than most people. I have struggled at times with bookings. I have struggled with sales. I have had many, many parties that had no sales. I've had some dud events. I have had recruits that never panned out. I have had people tell me that they're going to sign up and not do so, etc. So I'm just here to tell you that you can make it work. My husband actually had some really sage words for me when I was a pretty new book lady and was kind of hitting this wall of just not being able to get bookings, not having great sales. And he said, look, you're in this game. You have to determine right now and say to yourself, I'm not going to take this personally. If you take it personally and get upset, you might as well just quit. And that turned out to be really great advice. So I'm going to pass that on to you. So I'm going to give you a few tips to work with when you are facing this kind of a situation. There's no magic bullet. Okay, so if you're waiting for me to say, abracadabra, unfortunately that's not going to work. It's going to take work. So the way I like to think of my business, and I always go back to this, is my business is a garden. It's not going to bloom all year long, but I, as the gardener or the farmer, have to continue to work at it so that it will pay off and yield dividends to me later. So when I'm going through a slow time, I go back and I plant seeds and I water and I prune things, and I know that those are going to give me tomatoes in the future. Okay, so I want you to think of it like that as well. The great Tabitha Roach, one of the top leaders in our country, said, when you're having a slump, host your own party. Not just one, not just two. Host some parties for yourself. That is the easiest way to get the ball rolling again. At first, and she even said, at first, those early parties are going to suck because you're in a slump. So you're not going to have as many customers. You're not going to have a lot of people attending. It doesn't matter. What you have to do is just put your cheerful face on and do it anyway, and then do it again. Message the people that do come. Hi, would you like to host your own party? Right now, we have new titles out. So host a new titles party, host a mystery hostess party, do a little coloring party for 3 friends who come to your house. Just start hosting your own parties. That's my #1 bit of advice to you. If nobody buys anything, fine. That is not your goal. Your goal is not to sell things at those parties. If you do, fantastic. I'm happy for you. I want you to sell things, but your goal is to book parties off of those parties. And again, those first round or two might not be that great. So you're going to have to just go into it knowing that you're in it for the long haul. Booking challenges. This is something that you can do for yourself. And really what you have to do, you might have heard that expression, go for the no. It's a numbers game. If you message 20 people, 3 or 4 of them might respond to you and say no thanks, and 1 or 2 might say maybe. Keep going. I would suggest going back to your old hostesses. If you're new, your hostesses might not be ready to book another party. That's okay. Ask them if they would like to book a party. Tell them that you're filling your calendar for the rest of the year. Would they like to book a party when the new titles come out in the next round? Having a party or 2 or 3 or 4 parties on your calendar a few months from now is better than no party. So don't neglect to get whatever you can from that. Following up with all of your customers. If it's been a few weeks since they got their books, just touch base. Don't say, hey, I'm touching base, you want to book a party? Build that relationship. Hi, I just wanted to see how your books are. Are you enjoying them? Which ones are your kids loving? Okay. Maybe you message back and forth a few times before you say, I'm booking my calendar for next month, and I'd love it if you would think about hosting a party. If now's not a good time, maybe in the fall for Christmas shopping. You see what I'm saying? Again, building relationships and taking those seeds for the future is really important. Another trick for bookings is getting a hold of people who are winning prizes at any parties you might be having and saying, okay, so you have a choice. I'm going to either send you a $5 book from my inventory, or you can choose to have a $20 book or $20 in free books when you close your own party if you'd like to think about hosting. Some people are going to say no, but some are going to say yes. If you're new, then you can know that when you close a party, as long as the party has $100 or more in sales, you have $50 in what's called party bonus books to use at your discretion. Those are 65% off. You can use some of those, all of them, none of them. But if you offer a hostess, say $20 in free books, you're going to pay $7 for that. Sometimes getting a party is worth $7. So again, contacting your party prize winners, offering to upgrade their prizes for them. And then again, another idea is party with a purpose. If you know someone who is an auntie or a teacher, maybe they don't have kids of their own. Maybe they would like to help you out and host a party and do something great for charity. Now there's a crow right above my head. It's that kind of day, girls. Maybe they would like to host a party for you and donate the books to charity. That can be a very successful format. If it's not, it doesn't cost you much to try it, right? If it is, then you're all going to feel great about what you're doing, and you might meet a few new people from their party. So those are some ideas. Basically putting yourself out there and asking people. Don't edit, just ask, okay? Just, let other people decide if they want to have a party or not. It's not for you to prejudge that, especially when you're in a position when you need to have bookings on your calendar. Events. Now, obviously, if you're in a place where you're not making a lot of money, you want to be careful about how much you're spending. But getting out there into your community is really important. Doing a preschool book fair, it's a great way to make money, get sales, meet a lot of families. Doing other events like festivals and craft shows, look around. If you go on Facebook, that's a woodpecker. It's like Birdorama, like the Audubon Society channel here on this video. So if you go onto Facebook and type in your area and vendor events or vendor classifieds, you'll definitely find some groups. Hang out on those for a while. Pick a few cheap events, go to them. Make your goal, again, not sales, but party bookings and meeting new people. Really think outside the box. This is something that I have always done in my business, and it's paid off for me greatly. How can you get your name out there without doing parties? Can you do a story time at a children's museum, at the park? Can you have a cookie baking contest and offer a gift certificate as a prize just to get your name out there in front of a bunch of moms? Again, going back to charity work, book drives. Tell your friends and family now, I'm collecting money for Toys for Tots. Kids in our area need books. This is true. When I did a Toys for Tots book drive, they were desperate for books, especially for older kids. And they told me some of those kids have no books at home. They were happy to take donations. So start a charity book drive. So many ideas, and I'm happy to help you brainstorm. If you're really in a stuck place, you can message me anytime and we can go over some ideas. But getting outside the box and thinking beyond just the party is really important. Finally, A great strategy, and again, this is a gardener thing. It's not going to pay off for you immediately, most likely. Really working on your VIP group. First of all, a customer that you keep because they were a customer at a party or a hostess and you keep them close to you in your VIP group is a customer you don't have to find again later on. They're going to come back to you. They might only order books every once or twice a year, but that's a customer that's going to be yours. Keep that VIP group strong. Do not be the boring goober who only posts about sales, okay? You want to make sure that you're posting lots of fun things, great informative articles, engagement posts. We've done some training on this. It's in the files of our group, events. An events training in our group about VIPs. Very, very important to keep those people close. Then you have an automatic fan base as you go forward who is interested in our books and loves them, who is way more likely to host for you than just strangers. So this is a strategy that will pay off in the long run, but it is one of my #1 tips for you. I rarely talk to people about recruiting. The last bunch of recruits that I have had have come to me just as people from my VIP group that have hung around watching me be a book lady, talking about my Torpy kids, talking about books I love, the things that I can do with my family because of my book lady work, and they've approached me and asked me questions. It is a strategy that might take months to pay off, but it is well worth it. So I know you guys are going to be sad when I cut this video off and you can't hear all these different birds. But lastly, I just wanted to say, you can do this. It's up to you. Everybody's going to go through this. It's up to you if you want to try and get through it. You can get through it. I'm living proof. All of these directors above you who are women making 6 figures, retiring their husbands at age 45 so that they can work a family business now. They've all been through it, and they would tell you if you want to get through it, you can. It's not easy. You're going to have to not take it personally, and you're going to have to push a little bit, but you can make it work. I would encourage you to really get in touch with your why. Why are you doing this? For me, I'm doing this because I need the money. That's why I started this job. And so for me, it's easy to say, if I want to take my kids to Disneyland or if I want to throw them a birthday party, I've got to find something to do to make some commission. But my deeper why is that I never want to have to think about money again. So ultimately, I am working to always build my business so that it buys me freedom. So get in touch with that feeling of yourself, and you will find that that gives you the resolve and the strength to dig a little deeper and push a little harder. You can message me anytime. I will tell you honestly if I think it's time for you to throw in the towel or if you just need a kick in the butt. I'm happy to be your butt kicker, as I'm sure all of your other team leaders are too. But you could always talk to me about this stuff, and I will be happy to share with you my stories of failure because I've had them and how I got through it. So, all right, guys, that's what I have to say about meh parties and slumps and dud launches and getting, losing disappointments. We're all going to have them happen to you. So it is a metaphor for life, girls. Take it easy. And like I said, always reach out to me if you need any help.